Hello, everyone. My name is Akinkumi Akinwumi. I'm a trainee data analyst at Quantum Analytics. Recently, I analyzed the sales data of Zico Foods Limited using Power BI, and I would like to share my findings with you. Zico Foods Limited is a company that sells mainly food items and drinks. And this visualization report covers the revenue and orders of the company between 2019 and 2021. Between 2019 and 2021, Zico Foods generated 17,909,232. Okay, and this revenue was generated based on 52,560 orders. All right. In 2019 alone, Zico Foods generated $6.6 million, okay, based on 17,481 orders received. In 2020, in 2020, Zico Foods generated $10.2 million, and this is based on 32,065 orders received. While in 2021, Zico Foods generated $1,046,201 from 3,014 orders. Now, from this, you would realize or you notice that the company generated the least revenue or has generated the least revenue in 2021. But there's a reason for this. And we are going to find this out based on the report that I have analyzed or on the analysis of the sales report. Okay, so here we go. Now, let's start by looking at the top selling products, okay? The top selling products of Zico Foods. And these are one, wheat flour, okay? From wheat flour, Zico Foods generated $4.4 million. From oil, the company generated $2.8 million. From yeast, the company generated $2.2 million. That is all this between 2019 and 2021. Now, when it comes to drink, the top selling drink for liquor for Zico Foods was liquor, all right? And the company generated $1.1 million from the sale of liquor, all right? Now, let's also go deeper, okay? I've also categorized this product, okay? The product of the company, that is wheat flour, oil, yeast, candy, sugar, liquor, dry wine, and all. I've grouped them into two. The first one is the food category, and the second one is the drink category. Now, in the food category, realize that Zico Foods received 47,414 orders, which accounted for 90.21% of the company's total orders between 2019 and 2021, while the company received 5,146 orders, okay, between 2019 and 2021, okay, from the sale of drinks. All right. Now we can also dive deeper, all right, by looking at this second donut chart here, all right. Zico Foods sold its products via three main channels. The first one is the retail channel, the second is the distributor channel, and the third one is the online channel. So when we look at this, from the retail channel, Zico Foods generated $8.6 million. From the distributor channel, Zico Foods generated $6 million, while from the online channel, Zico Foods generated $3.1 million. And this means that Zico Foods earned more money from the use of from its brick and mortar store, okay, than its online store. Okay, so Let's also look at the best salesperson of the company. Here we have the details of the salesperson as well as their supervisor. So the name of the supervisor, of each supervisor, is at the top. Under Diego, we have Carla and Leonardo. Under Diego, we have Esteban, Gustavo, okay, and Julia. And we can also scroll down here, all right? We can scroll down and you can still see the other salesperson and supervisors on the list, okay? But to get the top salesperson, okay, and to also know to also get the quarters of the year in which the company sold more, we need to filter our report. So I'm going to click on this and let's start by looking at year 2019. Okay. So this report is showing us year 2019. I've filtered and then we are looking at 2019. So from here, we can see that Carla Ferreira is the best salesperson in year 2019. Okay, it brought in $2.1 million based on 4,070 orders. We can as well look at the revenue generated by quarter. All right. So the revenue generated by Zico Foods per quarter, we can as well look at it here. All right. We can see that in Q1, all right, the revenue of the company was 436,334 against a budget of 264,763. So which means that the company's revenue exceeded its budget. Okay, the company overperformed and exceeded its budget. Okay, in 2019 Q1. Okay, let's look at Q2. And here you can see that there's a challenge already. All right, the budget of the company in Q2 was $2.3 million, but the company generated $1.6 million. In Q3, the company performed better. All right, the budget of the company was $1.8 million, okay, in year 2019, while the revenue of the company was $2.2 million in Q3 of 2019. How about Q4? Q4, the budget of the company was $2.2 million, right? Was $2.2 million, while the revenue of the company was $2.3 million. So this shows that the company slightly, performed, better than its budget for 2019 in Q4. So we can say here that in 2019, quarter one and quarter three turned out to be the best quarters of the year or of the year for Zico Foods. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's look at 2020 as well as 2021. Let's look at 2020 and 2021. Okay. So we'll check 2020 to find out the best salesperson as well as the quarter in which the company performed the best. Okay. Now, the best salesperson in 2019 also turned out to be Carla Ferreira. All right. Here, it generated $2.3 million. Okay, based on 5,155 orders. Okay, the average total purchase made, okay, the average total purchase customers made from Carla Ferreira was 461.61. Okay, so that's the average total purchase, ATP. All right, so it was also the best salesperson in 2020. Okay, it was also the best salesperson in 2020. So let's look at the revenue of the company per quarter in 2020. All right, here we can see that the company's budget in Q1 of 2020 was $1.5 million. The revenue was $1.9 million, meaning the company's revenue in Q1 of 2020 exceeded its budget. Same thing in Q2. The company's revenue was $2.1 million, while its budget was $2,065,161. And the company's revenue in Q2 also, outperformed its budget. In Q3, there's a challenge here also, right? The budget of the company was $3.2 million, but the company generated $2.8 million. All right, so the company didn't outperform its budget in Q3. In Q4 of 2020, right, the company's budget was $2.4 million, but the company was able to generate $3.2 million. All right, so let's look at year 2021. We'll filter again, and then we'll look at year 2021 to find out the best salesperson as well as the quarter in which the company performed the best. All right. Again, Carla turned out to be the best salesperson in 2021. All right. It was able to bring in $190,034 based on 345 orders. All right. In 2021. All right. But we can see here that the revenue of the company, okay, in Q1 of 2021 is $1,046,201. Okay, while the budget of the company is $1.1 million. So one of the reasons why we can see that the company has not or did not make a lot of money in 2021 is because we only have the data of the company for quarter one of 2021. We do not have the data for Q2 and Q3. But what we can see, okay, from the analysis of the 2019, 2020, and 2021 budget is that the best part or the quarter in which the company performed and more revenue, okay, was Q4 of 2020. In Q4 of 2020, the company's budget was $2.4 million, and the company earned $3.2 million. So what does this? What can we deduce from this visualization report? One is that the best salesperson of the company is Carla. Two is that the best selling product of the company, all right, the best selling product of the company is wheat flour, all right. The third thing we can also deduce is that in terms of food category, by product category, okay, sale of food and drinks, okay, by category, realize that the company sold more food, okay, and more revenue from orders received for sale of foods than drinks, right? More so, the best sale channel of the company was through its retail channel. Rather, the best sale channel of the company is its retail channel. Okay, it's its retail channel. And lastly, we can deduce that the company's earnings, okay, the company's earnings dropped in 2021 Q1. So this chart shows us the total revenue of the company and budget of the company from 2019 to 2021. But when we look at it, we can see that in Q1, here is what the company generated. All right. and then it rose, okay? It rose in Q2 of 2019 and rose further in Q3 of 2019. In Q4 of 2014, the Q4 of 2014 is, in terms of revenue generated, is almost equal to Q3 of 2019. But the challenge with Q4 is that in Q4, the company's revenue did not outperform its budget, despite the fact that its revenue in Q4 of 2019 almost matched its, despite the fact that its revenue in Q4 of 2019 exceeded its revenue in Q3 of 2019. All right, so you can see this. Q3 of 2019 revenue was $2,279,957. All right, while in Q4 it was $2,233,000. So we can see here that the revenue in Q4 of 2019 and Q4 of 2019 are almost the same, but the challenge is that the budget of the company's revenue in Q4 of 2019 did not exceed its budget. All right, so based on this, we know that the best quarter in terms of sale for the company was Q4 of 2019. In fact, in Q4 of 2019, the company exceeded its budget. $2.4 million was the budget, $3.2 million was the revenue of the company. And I would say that the company did so well in 2019, okay, compared in 2020 rather, compared to 2019 and 2020. Okay, so that's the end of my visualization report. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me. Thank you.